Hi everybody, welcome back to Pure Backgammon. I am the preeminent tastemaker and trendsetter for backgammon culture worldwide, and I've got another unboxing video for you today. Before we get into that, please as always do like, subscribe, comment below, share us, follow us, and check us out on Instagram at Pure Backgammon. I'm looking forward to this one. I look forward to all the unboxings I do, but this one in particular has been sitting around in my home, in my possession, for 4 or 5 days at this point, which is an historic amount of waiting time. I just didn't have the opportunity to do this, sometimes I like the house to be, unoccupied. I want to be alone. I feel at times judged for my excitement, for my excitability. You don't do that. That's why you're here. I feel safe with my viewers, but you know how it is. It's just sometimes you just can't get to it. And this is one that I really wanted to have, on the record, on the books, preserved for posterity's sake with an unboxing video. But it's funny, the longer this thing sits in my house, it begins to, the shape, it begins to appear almost foreign to me. I mean, it's like when you ever have that happen to you? It's like when you see a word, or you keep saying the same word over and over and over and over and over again. Eventually, the word loses meaning, and it really sort of disassembles into just the letters that make up the word. And then you realize you're just looking at like strange, scribbly characters that have been passed down, from antiquity to you now. And this is how we communicate, Does that ever happen to you when you look at a backgammon box that's been sitting on your dining room table for a few days? It happens to me. It happened to me. I'm in the middle of it right now. As you can maybe tell, I'm sort of just consumed by the mystery. The longer this sits here, even though I know what it is, I can go back, I can look at the listing pictures. I'm really quite hype about what is inside this. But at the same time, it's the longer it's here, the longer it's mine, but still, cloaked in this cardboard sheath, the less I know about it, the less I lose faith in it, the less I even understand why I do this or what's happening here. So to that end, I think I need to just crack this thing open stat, because a 4 or 5 day waiting period to open something that's just begging to be open, calling to me, like the heart in the Edgar Allan Poe story, The Telltale Heart, beckoning me as I sleep. I wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night, and I can hear this sort of, I can sense this sort of pulse coming from the other room. It's like, why haven't you opened me? Open me, open me, open me, open me. See, you hear open me enough times, it just starts to blend into sort of this melange of like crazed noise that's meaningless. I got to get this thing open. Okay, so here we go. And just gotta say, I'm a little surprised and ashamed of myself that that's my first Edgar Allan Poe reference over 2 or 3 years of doing this. That's too bad. One of the American greats. But this is not a literature YouTube channel. This is a backgammon YouTube channel, Pure Backgammon. And we do, not exclusively, but we do a great deal of unboxings, and we're about to do one right now. This is a well-taped box with some pretty reliable looking cardboard here, so that's nice. I feel emboldened to really kind of get in there with the knife because I think there may be double layer cardboard here. It also looks to be a box that was sort of reshaped to accommodate this particular package. Okay. Very nice. Oh, good. Oh, yeah. I think I need one more cut over here. You'll beg my pardon. There we go. I'll beg your pardon, I should say. Come on now. Come on now. We're so close. We're so close. Yeah. Where are we? Where are we? There. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Oh, don't do it to me now. Let me get this thing out of here. Oh. this. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. This looks like an elephant, actually. This should... Maybe I just named it. Maybe this is the velvet elephant. That's got a ring to it, doesn't it? But the elephant in the room is always, these sets with this velvet exterior, is this the way it should look? Is this a byproduct? Is this, it's sort of like crushed velvet, dare I say? Does this look good to you or does this look bad to you? Because to me, it looks good, but I mean, don't you think you'd want it to be sort of smooth and uniform and that sort of thing? It's a question worth asking. But it is, let me tell you, with an exception, there is, just so I'm being perfectly honest here, there does appear to be one small little blemish or stain here, but it is a clean exterior for the most part. And it is, as you may have noticed a moment ago, boom! It's an Aries of Beverly Hills, which we have been all about this year. All about Aries of Beverly Hills. I've always been all about Aries of Beverly Hills. But this year, the mandate, it's 2026, by the way. I don't know when this video will actually appear, because I tape these things and then forget about them for 4 or 5 months. Sometimes, not unlike a box that's sitting in my living room, sitting in my dining room table, awakening me at night. I've been over that already. 2026, the mandate, I call it the alphabet mandate. We are after Aries, Bakelite, Chrysaloid, doublers, etc. So I want accessories. I want doubling cubes. I want Aries of Beverly Hills. I want vintage Bakelite pieces, and I want Chrysaloid sets if I can get my hands on them. A, B, C, D, the alphabet mandate. So there's a lot of Aries that have been coming through my house right now. And I cannot tell a lie. I was 100% anticipating this would be a rehome. I would, send this thing off to someone else who arguably might get more use out of it than me. No one will love this set more than me. I mean, that's just the way it is. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. Already I'm thinking to myself, if I can't have this set, then no one else can. So I might as well keep it. I don't know yet. There's a lot to still look into. More will be revealed. But, dude, how big is this? How big is this? I think it's normal mid-size. I'm a fool. I was wrong. Now I really can't get rid of this thing because it's 18 by 22, which is slightly larger. That's a big boy. 23 by 18 really is probably the real cutoff. Are we sure this isn't 11 and a half? Nah, it's 11. I mean, if you count the latches, it's 11 and a quarter, which will open up to be 22 and a half inches or whatever. But it's basically 22 by 18. It's still a nice little size board. I like the maroon. I like the color scheme here. The Velvet Elephant. I mean, we already have the name. This is the Velvet Elephant. Love that dark maroon. Of course, you got the Aries button here. And the latches. I've seen a number of Aries sets lately with these latches. Now, I call these... I give them some funky name when I list these items that I sell occasionally. I call these reverse tension clasps. I don't know what that really, what these are actually called, but the way they work, when they do work, which they are honestly kind of stubborn and sometimes don't on the first try, as you just saw, but what they do is the latch sort of loops up. There's a hinge here, so there's sort of a second hinge, if you will. There's 2 hinges here. So the latch loops up, catches the top here, and then, boy, I'm really botching this, aren't I? You are a piece of, there you go. So it catches the latch there, or the top of the anchor, and then you press down, and theoretically there should be some little extra tension that kind of holds the clasps in place instead of just a little clickety-clack in their technical term. Instead of just a little clickety-clack or gravity holding the latches in place. It's a little bit of a funky construction. You just saw there that it's not always the smoothest, transition, but it's a nice touch. It's just a slightly little better add-on to these Aries sets. I've seen them on a few other vintage sets as well, but I like it a lot. And then the release is, of course, effortless. That's awesome. Now, I told you, I was excited about what was inside this package. This was inside this package, but what I'm really excited about is what's inside this. Okay. Okay, here's a little like circle of foam. Don't ask me, dude. Don't ask me. That was not in the listing. What? Okay. I do have a drink here. Could that be some sort of... It's not even a very serviceable coaster. Okay, interesting. I mean, not really a point against the board, but that's just very strange to me and not what I was excited about. And I got to tell you one thing. I noticed something right out the bat. Whoever packed this thing up, if you can see this, packed the dice. This cannot possibly be. This cannot possibly be an accident. 6161 alternating colored dice. And the other thing they did, which is something I do with my obsessive brain when I'm packing my backgammon sets up, is they turned the sixes so the sixes are not aligned in the same way. I appreciate that. That's another sign, I think, to me that this set was calling to me. Even before it was here in my home, beckoning me. It was reaching out, you know, across space and time to grab my heart and pull me in. The interior of this set is great. It is not flawless. It is not flawless because we have here... One moment. We have here what appears to be the only flaw. There is a bit of a stain here. Something crusty. It's actually a bit of corrosion on the actual felt. Maybe somebody was eating salsa and like dropped it, you know, like reaching, and they drop big lump of salsa and the salsa falls off and, you know, plops on the board. Potentially, possibly. Likely? Yeah, definitely likely. Gray. It's a gray set. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Okay, so really nice cups. Interestingly, I do not, no trip lip, which is not a deal breaker, but interesting. Really nice clean cups. You know what? Cannot tell a lie. This is the thing with these gray sets in particular. Scoremore does a gray set too. There's like, tarnish is not the right word, but these gray sets, they just suck in all the dirt, all the dirt and grime and like grody greasiness that attends backgammon. It just sinks in and lives in these boards. So I don't love that. So, a little, probably 9 out of 10 if we're talking general tapestries rating here. Let's look at, however, the pieces. They appear to be large. I'm going to say 1 3/8. Yeah. 1 3/8 pieces. Ooh, rich, sumptuous dog. Maroon. Maroon is a really underutilized color for backgammon pieces. Now, this is something else that Aries does. They do a lot of like kind of dark against dark. In fact, the first Aries I ever got has like navy blue and brown pieces. And they don't always have the best contrast. And this is another one. If you played this dark gray set with dark gray points and burgundy points with black pieces and burgundy pieces, I mean, the only thing that pops is the doubler. And this thing's so generic and boring. Of course I'm going to replace it with something sweet because of the D and the E that make up the alphabet mandate this year. I've got doublers, etc., just coming out of my ears. So I'm probably going to upgrade the doubler here on this set. But the pieces are large and in charge, and we got to get them going. Here's a better look at those dice. Oh, they look so sick. I love these old school dice, dude. I would take these old school dice. The pips are kind of tightly packed. The corners are rounded. I would take these over precision dice any single day of the year. I mean, they're dice. Dice are random, and the whole idea of dice is that they're random, okay? You don't need to add the precision element to make them random, okay? Okay, let's calm down. Let's calm down. Things were good. Things took a turn. Let's get them back to be good. I'm going to set the board up, and then I have something very special. Special for you, even more special for me. We're going to play this out, as we always do. We're going to play a little 3-ply. But I told you, I was excited about what was in this set. And I think you also can put 2 and 2 together and deduce that what I was excited about, or am excited about, that's inside this set, is not this strange, unexplained foam circle, you know, which might have the makings for a good Edgar Allan Poe inspired story, the foam circle, right? What I'm excited about, and the reason why I bought this set for, if my memory serves me, about $56, is these things. We have here vintage backgammon scorecards. This one in particular looks very interesting. It says the Pawn Shop Backgammon. I've got no idea what that is or where it comes from. Ooh, and there's a secret note on the back there. That's for my eyes only. Now this has an address of Dallas, Texas. But again, this looks older than hell, dude. Maybe I'll call the number. You know what? If I wasn't filming this on my phone, I'd pick up my phone, I'd call this number here and see what Backgammon in Games is. It was probably a game store or something like that back in the day. But this is what I want. This falls under the E in the alphabet mandate, etc. I have now several. Let's see. This is 2 different kinds, 3, 4. I got 4 or 5 different kinds of backgammon scorecards now, which I think is really neat and interesting. As you well know, I publish Tableau's Esoterica, and I like the intersection of literature and backgammon. And this is not exactly literature, but just printed paper, tactile, analog backgammon stuff. I think is super duper cool. And then of course we've got the yikes. This might be DNA from a crime scene. We've got the Aries of Beverly Hills, very rare annotated brochure where somebody gave themselves a few notes on how to set the board up, the extra pieces we love. I mean, really solid set. And just let's make it official one last time. 22 by 17.5, but still just slightly bigger, and I really like the space that I'm working with here. So let's get into it. Let's play it out. Couple plies here, black against maroon. I think I got a good camera angle for this too. I'm really excited about this whole experience so far. Double 4s. That means we got to roll again. And you know what? Just to get the cube involved early, we are automatically playing for 2. Have you heard that? If you're playing like a money match and you hit doubles on the opening rollout, you automatically turn the cube. I've heard that. 5-2 for maroon. 5-2 for maroon. I still don't think this is a fantastic opening roll, but I think the go-to move has got to be 13-8, 13-11, because slotting 11 is one of my favorite things to do. Not just playing backgammon. I mean, it's top 10. Of like favorite things to do, period. Slotting my 11 point is definitely up there. It's probably 9. It's probably 9 or 10. 5-4 for black to answer. Boy, I don't love that one either. And now you got more ammo down here. You're technically running a blitz if you're the maroon team. So let's try and see if we can't get a prime or a blitz going of our own. So interesting opener. Second roll, maroon. Great action on this board, by the way. It's double 5s. So that kind of works out well for everybody. Maybe not. Okay, so you got to make the 3. Can't do anything with that 6 point. Bring one more down, and you got to basically stack tall. Okay, so in a way, I mean, it's not bad. You pick up some pips for the race, but it sort of destroys what was potentially some budding structure there for maroon. It's double 1s. Double 1s. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Okay, yeah. Especially with that extra piece that came down from 13. You got to now you got a prime. Now you got a prime game. You got a priming game against maroon's kind of up against up against it here. Here's their third and likely final roll, maroon. It's 2-1. Woof. I mean, I think you gotta split. Oh, that sucks. God, that sucks. I'll just unstack the 3-point or the 6-point at this point. Oh, God. Now, if you're 2, speaking of getting that doubler involved, let's say it wasn't truly turned yet. We're back to an even match, 64 on the cube. I'm not great at this personally. Oh, could I gammon? How many? Do I win more gammons? You know, I don't know. Would I double? Yeah, I probably would double because maybe maroon does have an advantage. They certainly are up in the race. So let's just say maroon takes. But with this prime here, you still have 2 pieces back there, though, and there is some maroon defense, so it's not like the game is in hand for black. So probably a good double, a good take. I don't know. It's 4-2, and here, this is so tough. Okay, so if you make that, you've got a 5 prime, which is awesome. I think you got to do it. You got to just come on down and leave one there on the 13 points. So we'll play 1 extra ply. And I have not even really told you or described. These points are sewn down. Dude, this is that one came up a little bit. This is a pretty sick set, dude. The whole plan was to get these scorecards and just sell this thing. And now I don't know. But it does play great. The cups are great. That extra space, dude. It really... I don't want to be an elitist here, but a mid-sized board, if you don't need to kind of keep things tight and small, you got to have a bigger board to play on. Even if you're going out, you know, to the bar with friends or to the club, like, you just got to do it. It's double 5s again for maroon, so you really have almost nothing to do. So, oh my God. Oh my gosh, okay. What, can black get out of there? I think they certainly will eventually get out of there. There's a 6-1. What do you want to do with it? I mean, I guess you might as well run 1. Yeah, you might as well run 1 and bring another guy. Yeah, move 1 there. Okay. So 24, 23, 24. What is that? 24, 18. Okay. This set is pretty awesome. Pieces, 10 out of 10. Dice, 10 out of 10. Dice cups, 9 out of 10. Not even because they lack a triplet, but because this guy's got like Cheeto dust on him, and that's kind of gross. Boy, exterior, you know, the interior stain cannot be denied. The exterior stain, I don't think you would have seen it if I didn't point it out to you. So I don't know, man. I think I gotta go. Okay, I think this is overall, this is a 9 out of 10 board. It's big, it's Aries, which again, kind of is meaningless, but to me and other people, it's got some name cachet. The add-ons were awesome. Those are keepers for sure. The pieces are fantastic. No chipping, no cracking, no degradation to the plastic of these pieces. The original dice, the original doubler, the Aries insignia, the clasps, stubborn as they were, are nice. The handle's fantastic. This thing looks absolutely beautiful on the outside. If this wasn't already kind of a long video, I would pack this thing up and show you the outside one last time. But this is a great get. And I'm on the fence about whether I want to keep it or not. I have several Aries. The intention, again, was to just score those scorecards. You know, I could probably take this thing down to the pawn shop. Down there at the pawn shop. And make some decent money off of it, but maybe I don't want to because it's really a fantastic score, a fantastic get, a great board, and I think what I really got to do is bring this out to the club, play on it, and see how I really like it when it's really in its element. All right, bit of a long video. That's what you get when you wait 4 or 5 days. You just really want to engage and engorge oneself. You want to become tumescent with the glory of the backgammon set, and I think I've done that. I feel quite... Anyway, this is pure backgammon. I appreciate you stopping by as always for this unboxing video. Come back, we're going to have more soon. And yeah, that's really about it. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, as always, it's my show, but it's your role.